Mark Kagame said that we cannot complain about external interference while at the same time we are creating the conditions that produces it. So the question is how we as Africans, we create conditions that producing this external interference. Do you agree with President Kagame? If you have anything, please share with us through the comment section. But for me, I think it's true because we have seen these foreign bases in the continent of Africa, and starting with these military bases is where this external interference occurred. Because according to my experience and from what I understand, you see these bases. For instance, we have these French military bases, we have America, US military base, UK military base, and recently we have these Arab countries have military bases. If you go to the Horn of Africa in Djibouti there, China has military bases, Russia there. So these military bases, especially in the mainland, in the continent of Africa, have been instilled or positioned purposely. For instance, you find that in Congo, there's US military base. If you go to the Horn of Africa, in Kenya, Somalia, in Somalia, you find that there's US military base. If you go to Botswana, you find there's military base of US. If you go to Ghana, all of us, we have the story of Ghana having US military base. So you can see how this is strategically positioned. So in the West, there's military base. If you go to the North, in Libya, I hope America has already stationed military base. If you go to the Horn of Africa, you see, in all areas, strategically, in the Horn of Africa, US has military base. If you come to East Africa, you find America has military base. If you go to the southern part, in the middle of the continent first, in DRC, there's military base in Congo. If you go down there, in Botswana, you find US military base. So they have bases in the eastern part of our mother continent, western part, northern part, central, and southern part. So you can see how these are stationed strategically. And if you misbehave to these powerful countries, you will find that these countries starting threatening you. And recently you heard the rumors, and of course people are complaining that right now jihadists using drones. You may ask yourself, where these jihadists get drones? Who issued? And how they process these procurement to get those drones? And we know these countries, when they sell this ammunition, they know where these ammunition are going to. Who is training them? Who is delivering those things? And how they pass through to those areas? So you can see, we have not to blame anyone because we have allowed these things to happen. We have allowed this external power to come and put their military bases in our mother continent Africa. From there, they start interference. They interfere our politics. They interfere our own affairs. That's what is happening right now. So if Africans, we can say we don't want external interference, let us remove these all military bases. The question is, are we led? These countries that have US military base, are they led? Because they get money. These are just like business. So America, Russia, whatever, these powerful nation, they station their military base, they give us money. So governments gain money through these things. You see? So if you are going to chase them, you are going to lose money. And one thing that is dangerous, these bases is collecting information. Our information. They're spying us. They know what we want. They know what we are doing. They know what we can do. And that's why you see they're stationed in different parts. And they're coordinating. They have these things called AFRICOM. They want to increase influence by force. If you don't behave, you are going to be disturbed. They know everything. They have advanced technologies. They can control your space. They can do anything. So how can we complain while we have allowed these things to happen? I think that's what President Kagame has said. And one thing that I saw, and that is very dangerous. For instance, recently you heard, that Burkina and Cote d'Ivoire, there's some misunderstanding, and we saw the General Langley who accused Capt. Ibrahim Traoré in Cote d'Ivoire. So you see, and we hope that there's U.S. military base in Cote d'Ivoire. So you can see that these military base or this external power, they use among of us to destabilize our fellow Africans. So Cote d'Ivoire can be used to destabilize Burkina, or Burkina can be used to destabilize neighboring countries. And that's what they're doing. They favor. Where they put military bases, they favor. And then, if a neighboring misbehave, they use a neighboring country to punish someone who they think misbehave. That's what they're doing. So I think Kagame was right. Kagame was right that we are the ones who are creating conditions. We have allowed people, other nations, to come and put their military bases. So from there, you cannot complain about external interference. Obvious, they will interfere us because they have already in our homes. They know what we want, and they have their own interest. They have no permanent friends. They have permanent interest. So Africans, we need to wake up to think beyond. After that, my dear lovely family, let us not speak for too long. Let's say we have something to do. We have to change our own things. Young people, Africans, wake up. Yes, that is President Paul Kagame speaking at International Security Conference in Kigali, Rwanda. My dear lovely family, as you heard, Africa, we are still facing threat from within and external. As President Kagame said, we are the ones who causing this external interference because we have failed to take ownership and to manage our own issues. President Kagame has suggested that there's a need for us Africans to strengthen our continental bodies, such as African Union. But a few days ago, President Kagame said that many African leaders are not implementing what they have agreed. So even this strengthening of African Union, it needs willing and political wills from our leaders, because it doesn't mean that our leaders does not understand that this African Union is weak, and for African Union to be strong, we need to strengthen. They know very well, but because we are not committed to do so, that's why you see everyone is busy trying to find external partners, these powerful nations, instead of strengthening African Union. Peace and security may be cancelled. We are busy trying to find partnership with other nations. That's why you see right now we have something called AFRICOM. This is an American institute that are operating in the continent of Africa. And they're claiming that they're helping Africans to train our soldiers. They're fighting jihadist terrorists. But I think if we are so united, we are strengthened our African Union Peace and Security Council. There's no need for us to depend on AFRICOM. There's no necessary for we to depend on America, for Russia. But because of division among ourselves and our political leaders are not ready to achieve a united Africa, that's why you see these things happening. But all in all, Kagame has spoken very well what you can do in order to achieve. Apart from that, the issue of collaboration and cooperation. So I think this is an important issue that Africans, we need to do. Of course, I don't suggest much cooperation and collaboration. I wish united, uniting. You know, we have been collaborating for too long. We have been cooperating for too long, but we have failed also through these things. We need to go beyond of this. We need to go into unity, into united. Because cooperation, we can cooperate. Even now we are cooperating with America, we are cooperating with China, we are cooperating with India, and these powerful countries. But what the result we have get? What we have got from those cooperation? So I think as Africans, we need to move beyond this. And the thing that our leaders are not led is to give up their power. They want those 21 gun salute. So to say today we are going to surrender this power, and maybe I'm going to become a minister. Let us come together, form a united Africa. It's difficult. They saw that it is difficult. So we want to maintain this small sovereignty. But you see, when these countries, powerful countries, they have a summit, they call, there's no, this is what we call maybe Nigeria, Ghana, Burkina Faso, Russia summit. No, it is Africa, Russia summit. You see, they include all these 54 nations of the continent into a single called Africa. That's why you find that we have US Africa summit, US Africa summit. But have you heard US Asia summit? I didn't hear something like that. You find that Korea Africa summit. It is not about Korea, maybe Korea, Rwanda, Liberia, maybe Senegal summit. It is Korea Africa summit. So our leaders must understand how today we are being called Africa. We are not called by our small countries. But have you heard maybe Rwanda Asia summit or Rwanda Europe summit? I didn't hear something like that. But all in all, see what they do. If they come to you, they come as a united. Whether it is Europeans, they can come as European Union. They are not coming as an individuals. So we Africans, we are operating individuals. That's why you see things happening like that, the way President Kagame has saying. I think for me to move beyond these things, to go where we want to go, we need to come together to unite. Let us find the way we can unite. Our leaders, young people in this continent, let us push the agenda of unity. I know it is difficult because of political division. It is difficult because of ideologies, because of this division that has been imposed on us and different ideologies. It is difficult, but if we young people, we can come together. Africans around the globe, we can come together. We can say we are tired of this division. We want this time to be one. Let us unite maybe for 10 years and see the results. Then from there, we can abolish those unity. But it is very important for us to, because we have living for this unity for more than 400 years, and we saw what happened to us, that we were colonized, we were enslaved, and right now we are being bullied. So let us try to live into a united Africa for maybe 10 years. Then we can compare when we were united and when we were not united. What is the best thing? So we cannot rely on the system that has failed. This system that we have currently has failed. So we need a new system. We have been talking about creating jobs. How can you create jobs if these young men and women are not accessed to natural resources? These natural resources in Congo are being accessed by others, not the people in Senegalese, not the people in Rwanda. It is others who are accessing. There are those who have been claiming that maybe Rwanda is benefiting from Congolese resources. I said to them, go to Congo and see plane that is landing and taking off. You will be amazed. Every now, the space of Congo is too busy with the planes coming and going out, taking resources. And we are saying, when we're coming here, blaming Rwanda, blaming someone else, we have to blame ourselves because we have allowed these things to happen. And that's why I think President Kagame has said like that we have allowed these things to happen. They create conditions that is too hardship. Then they come with their peacekeepers, and those are not peacekeepers, those are protectors. They protect those resources, then others are taking resources, operating, then resources are going out. So for how long can we continue in that condition? So it needs all of us, the people of Africa, to change, to unite, to support one another. Of course, what's happening in this continent, it needs solutions from us. It doesn't need, of course, we don't need external solutions. We need solutions from our own, within. We have solutions. The problem is that we are not implementing our solutions. We are waiting America, China, maybe Russia, all these powerful nations to tell us what to do. And that's why even when we have challenges, insecurity and misunderstanding, conflict, we find different people who are white, whether Arabs or Chinese or Russians or Americans or Europeans, to come and to bring us on the table. So we Africans, we cannot sit together on this table. We need someone to be on front of us. So this must come to an end. So my dear lovely family, if you have anything, please share with us through this comment section and share the video. The aim is to see what you can do as Africans to come together, to unite, and make sure that we find solutions for our challenges. Thank you.
Thank you, Africa, Mama Africa. Oh, yeah. You make Africa